Hello and welcome to Module 1. This particular module covers, exactly the methodologies we're going to talk about in this course. Everything from um, the pen testing standard to the cyber kill chain, all the different penetration methodologies, including some of the different assessments that are done. And the idea behind Module 1 is, as Sun Tzu puts it, it's the supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting, meaning understanding how these things are done to test a environment will make it all the more easier to understand how you can put up defenses against things that might be attempting to get into your network. So, as part of this, you'll be reading, of course, in the textbook. There's some videos that go along to talk about what motivates or what are careers in cybersecurity about. If you're going to get into it, what types and traits do you need? Some information about some of the more dangerous parts of the internet, and of course, a listing of all the different types of standards that we currently use on the when we're doing work in this area. So everything from NIST, which is National Institute of Standards, to talk about the different types of how they view testing of their environments, to the penetration standard and how they have a methodology of how you go about testing. Also, there's an open source testing methodology along with OWASP, or the Open Web testing, to kind of this to explain what are the different types of methodologies that can be used to doing a security assessment of environment. And on top of that, we look at the common attack types and methods, everything from the CVE, which has all the common vulnerabilities and exposures, to the cyber kill chain, which is quite interesting because it was developed by a defense company because they had gotten taken over by an APT and had some of their fighter plane, it's Lockheed Martin to be precise, plans stolen, and how an APT works. And finally, to round that out, we have other things like the National Vulnerability Database, which houses all the current vulnerabilities out there, and then the MITRE ATT&CK framework, which is quite interesting when you look at what are the different techniques and steps an attacker might take. So overall, this module will take us to the knowledge we need to understand of what we talk about when we talk about testing, pen testing, hacking, whatever terms you want to use with this, but really understanding how we go about doing an assessment or test of an environment, or how an attacker would go about approaching an environment. So I hope you enjoy this section. This will be the part where you get to watch some videos, read some material, and kind of get a general overview of what we're talking about in terms of approaching a target, testing a target, what kinds of things you could expect if you're engaging an individual who's going to be doing a pen test or vulnerability assessment for your environment.